If you want to cook better meals, you got to stop relying on sauce from a jar. But it's not just about copying the ingredients, it's about crafting your own flavors. And I'm going to show you just how easy that is. Hi, my name is Brenton Maris. I've been cooking with my imagination instead of recipes for years, and I'm going to show you how to do the same. Today we're making creamy mushroom goodness. Come on, let's go and make it together. Dun, 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 dun. Ingredients. This creamy mushroom goodness is going to be in 3 seasons. Season 1 is the sauce, obviously. Season 2 is the base. And season 3 is the fresh little surprise. Let's start with the sauce. So we'll chop up some onions. Onions done. Fire. Fire on. Onion in. Got some oil in there. Cooking it up. And then a little bit of salt and pepper. Rather than just relying on a jar and someone else's recipe, I always try and think of what flavors do I want in there. Not just one ingredient, but mushrooms, jalapenos, maybe some cream. I love my caramelized onions in a sauce, but what do you love? Chuck it in the comments. Brown. They're browning up. Ooh, they're getting brown. It's very hot. Tastes like caramelized onions. What a surprise. Oh no, he's getting away. Cream in, onions in, and then it's mushroom time. Chopping up mushrooms. Whee. I always cook the mushrooms in the butter or the ghee because it soaks into the mushrooms. And in this sauce, we're going to blend it and it's going to add an incredible flavor. Need to run to the shop. Ghee in. Go on, ghee. And then mushrooms in. While that's happening, we're going to put some garlic in there. Chop it up. Chop your garlic up nice and fine. Don't be afraid to get back into it and chop it a second time if it's not fine enough. Garlic loves mushrooms, so let's get them together so they can have a bit of a party in there. All right, you ready? We're gonna add these jalapenos fresh into the mix instead of cooking them. Why not? Welcome to the Spice Factory. We've got 2 different types of jalapenos, green and red. We're gonna add them to the sauce. All right, so putting the sauce together. So mushrooms in, jalapenos in, blend, and then season 1 completed and on to season 2. All right, let's have a little try. Oh yeah, that's fantastic. But I did add 2 chilies, so if you don't like as much chili, add less or add more cream. It's time for the base, and that base is zucchini. Now you'll be surprised how delicious this tastes in this meal. All right, cut the ends off, cut it into slices, and then we're going to slice it real thin. Now I'm going to cut it real thin this way. If you cut it thin enough, it'll become like a sort of like a spaghetti. But because I like to experiment in the kitchen, I've got one of these little contraptions that can do it for you. Makes it a lot easier and a lot quicker. All right, this is the technique that I was talking about earlier. So if we get this thing here, jam it in, put it into here, and we start spinning, and it should give us little spaghettis. Look how Italian I am, making spaghetti. Curly, straight, curly, straight. We're gonna come back to this and we're gonna cook some other things in the pan first. So put this in a bowl. Ta-da! Chicken time. Get your chicken, chop it up. Don't be afraid to chop it. This is where it gets exciting. Look at that creamy mushroom sauce. That is season 1. And then season 2 is the chicken and the zucchini. And we're gonna put them all together to make something fantastic. All right, chicken in. Now we wanna cook the chicken on low so that it cooks softly. Go chicken. I've got one rule when it comes to chicken in sauce, and that's bubble trouble. If you've got bubbles, then you've got troubles. The chicken is cooking too quick. If you cook it really quick, then the chicken's really hard. But if you cook it really slow, then the chicken is soft and juicy. But don't panic if there's little bubbles like that. Just move it around. Bubbles are gone. All right, I've cooked the chicken for 25 minutes on a low heat. It should be done. But if you're worried, you can always take a big piece out and chop it up and have a look in the inside, or put the lid on for about 5 minutes and then it'll bubble though. Curly and straight are going in, but only for like maybe a couple of minutes just to get them moist. I've moved to the tongs. Look at this big guy. He didn't get chopped up enough, did he? Cheeky. Look at that. It's looking good. Should I try some? Oh, you know it's like spaghetti when you gotta swirl it up. Very good. Creamy. I'm just turning it up a little bit just to warm it up, and then it's time for season 3, the cherry tomatoes. Look at that, some chicken on there. I've opted for fresh tomatoes this time. Fresh cherry tomatoes. The cherry on top. Oh, maybe next time I might use cherries. And season 3 as well, the Parmesan cheese. Oh yeah, look at that. Here we go, I'm excited. I've got the tomato, the chicken, and the zucchini with Parmesan on it. Mmm, fantastic. Now that sauce is fantastic. The spiciness, the mushroom, the creaminess, better than you'll get out of a jar with old ingredients. The difference between a jar and using fresh ingredients is that you can feel all the flavors come through. It's so fresh and delicious. If you like the content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the algorithm.